All right, let's take a look at your weather for today. I'm Reverend Dr. Silbert Mills from your Weather Center, bringing you the latest in weather. And of course, we've got some changing conditions that will be occurring. Here's a frontal system that's off to the west coast of Florida, but it's going to be moving fast enough that it should be moving through us in the next 24 hours. Conditions are going to gradually get worse today. Let me show you the motion of this storm. Over the past 24 hours, you can see how it's made its way towards the east in motion. And watch what happens here. We're transitioning from blue skies into cloudy skies. Look at it. Blue now, and clouds are building as this frontal system moves. The green is indicative of showers and thunderstorms. So as this front moves through, you get that green stuff coming closer and closer to us. And you're also going to get windy conditions that will begin occurring later on today. Let's take a look at our infrared satellite technology. And the imagery here, you'll see the cloud coverage is now concentrated to Abaco, Grand Bahama, the Bimini's, and then down towards looks North Andros. This eastern, southeast side of the Bahamas is still pretty much in the clear, with the southern Bahamas being covered with some area of cloudiness, all complements of Thomas that I'll tell you about in a little while. Bringing it a little closer, you can see as the satellite is in motion, you'll see everything is moving from west to east. The cloud coverage is beginning to make its way towards us. And down south, look at this. You've got converging systems with one moving up north and the other moving southeast. And so we are sandwiched in between. And when you see that happen, something's going to happen. And what's the result of that this time? Windy conditions. And you'll get some rain coming with this. Here's Thomas beginning to encroach on the southern Bahamas. Auckland, Crooked Island, Long Island, Mayaguana, Great Inagua. Then they're getting some showers in Provo early this morning, some thunderstorms in that area. Ragged Island is also beginning to see some cloud coverage from this storm as it makes its way in to the Bahamas. Here's the rain, the radar composite imagery. You're seeing showers over Bimini. And up around the Great Isaac Light, some showers down around McLeanstown. If you're traveling on the ferry from Crown Haven, you're going to have to dodge some showers going in there. They got some showers earlier this morning in Little Abaco, East End, Grand Bahama. One shower rode across Freeport earlier. And, of course, more showers approaching from the west. That's prefrontal activity as that frontal system makes its way across the Bahamas tomorrow. Here's what's going to happen later. 20 to 30 knots. That doesn't really look like that right now because it's relatively light winds. And so I can understand years ago when our forefathers would go out for a fishing trip and never return. It's days like this that would fool them. You can go out there with these nice and calm morning, and then by middle of the day, these winds are whipping up to near gale force, 25 to 30 knots. Southeast to south, generally going to begin occurring up and down the coast of the Bahamas. Again, it may not look like that now, but before this day is over, you will begin to see some 25 to 30 knot winds as the day progresses. We do have our tropical update for you, and this again, November the 4th, we're looking at Tropical Storm Thomas that is expected to develop into a Category 1 hurricane. Thomas remains just south of Jamaica and southwest of Hispaniola, that's Haiti. And forecast track indicates that this storm is going to ride through Jamaica and Haiti and go through the corridor. It doesn't look like the eye is going to make landfall. It's going through that deep area of water in the ocean there and through the corridor, and it looks like it's headed for a direct hit on Great Inagua. So you folks in the southern Bahamas, we're going to have to hook up with you to let you know that this is a Category 1 hurricane that's expected to eyeball Great Inagua, as the forecasters are projecting by 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. This storm should be very, very close as far as the eye is concerned at a Category 1 over Great Inagua. All interest in that area should begin to have take all of the necessary precautions down south. You have family in Great Inagua. They can't watch us this morning, but you can tell them to log on to the Abaco Disaster Committee's webpage by 9:30, and they will be able to see and get the update. Just Google search it. That's the Abaco Disaster Committee webpage, and they will be able to see exactly what we're telling you. It's a tropical storm now. Continues to be a tropical storm. When it goes through the corridor, that's extremely deep ocean water between Jamaica and Haiti, and then the corridor of Guantanamo Bay. It rides right along that deep water and then heads towards Great Inagua and into Maguana, where my roots are. And so I want them to know, my Aunt Mildred Williamson, that they ought to take all of the necessary precautions down there in Maguana. We should be calling you later today. Here's the 5-day forecast. Again, all of the forecast models, well, most of the forecast models for this official track brings this very, very close to Great Inagua as far as the eye is concerned, with the possibility of a direct hit of the eye. Then just to the southeast of Maguana, between Maguana and Turks and Caicos Providenciales, is where the eye continues. If not jogging slightly left, it could go over Maguana. They will, however, feel the effects of this with it being so close in Maguana, Auckland's Crooked Island, even Long Island, and down to Turks and Caicos Island. So you've got a pretty potent storm, at least a Category 1 hurricane that's coming your way. All right, here are the forecast models. They are somewhat in agreement. This model here continues to bring the storm up over Andros. Man, we're watching that as well. And here's this model that brings it up over Andros, and then tropical storm over Abaco, and the others, however, are taking it through the corridor and then on up into the Atlantic Ocean. There's still somewhat disagreement in the actual forecast track of the storm. As you can see, they're still putting it all over the place as far as where it is likely to go. This one track brings it right up over Ragged Island and Exuma. So again, they're not in agreement. So what we got to do is watch it and keep the folks down there posted as we go along. All right, here's the forecast for tomorrow. Tomorrow we should be on the back side of the front tomorrow morning. The frontal system should be draping down towards Exumas, Georgetown, by 8 o'clock this morning. So this is going to be a fast mover once it gets going over the next 12 hours. And in the 24 hours, you should have some showers tonight, showers possible this afternoon as the day progresses, and into tonight, and early in the morning, showers as well. And of course, that front should go through. And guess what, folks? It's going to be cooling down, much like winter. We can say it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas after tomorrow. But that don't begin to rejoice too quick. It's not going to be long-lived. It's going to be short-lived with this cool temperature. 20 to 25 knots once the front goes through, with the winds from the northwest. Up and down the coast, the southern Bahamas will have 20 to 30 knots from the southeast and south, because you'll be between Tomas and the frontal system, so you're going to have southeast to south winds. And again, that's all depending upon where Tomas makes his turn, and this could be very much 80 to 85 miles per hour with gusts down near Inagua and Maguana Friday. Into Saturday, look at it, 20 to 25 knots, continuing cool again on Saturday. Northwest to north winds, clocking around slowly to the northwest to north. Again, a cool day for Saturday across the nation. It's not anything for your boating. Boaters, you out there, remain in port. For those of you that's in the anchorage, you might want to throw out an extra anchor, at least for tonight, within the squalls, because wind gusts can be much higher than forecast. Saturday, 20 to 30, down in the southern Bahamas, 20 to 30 knots again in the southern Bahamas, 20 to 25 knots in the northern Bahamas for your forecast. All right, your boating forecast for today. let me move out of the way there to the left to look for seas to begin to build. Again, folks, that's not what, believe me, that is no way near what you can even dream would be occurring, because it's so nice and flat calm out there right now. But you will be not fooled. These winds are going to whip up a little later today. So please exercise caution. If you do have to go out, do not venture far from port, because it will change dramatically. Seas will be rough, 7 to 10 foot seas offshore. Whale Key, you'll get some rough seas. Man of War Channel, you get some rough seas. Southern Bahamas, 20 to 30 knots today, 7 to 10 foot seas. High tides occurring at 7:02, low at 1:32. High tides again occurring at 7:20 p.m. tonight. You probably won't find a good spot to go fishing off the rocks tonight. That's because it's going to be too windy and there's a good chance of rain, okay? That's a look at your weather from BCN's Weather Center. Again, encourage your family down in Southern Bahamas to log on to the Abaco Disaster Committee's